tokens on the @MeBro account. I haven't really done a token grind on that account. I've mostly just been picking up players to show them to you guys. So I had to switch over. I had to switch everything over to my main account just to be able to show this to you guys because my main account had tokens to spare in turn because I was saving up for Pink Diamond Patrick Ewing. So so for everybody who doesn't know, on this channel we do deep dives into the cards, looking at all of their animations and whatnot, hot zones and everything, because the badges and the stats don't tell the whole story. You can have a 99 and everything, but if you have bad animations, you're not going to be as good as a much lesser card, which is why that Amethyst Kobe is still putting in work. Meanwhile, you know, there's pink diamonds out there that nobody will touch anymore. So that having been said, my first impressions of J.R. Ryder are not super great, but we're gonna keep getting into it and see if I am, if you know, if I'm right or wrong on that. So let's first look at his shot animation, which is the first alarming thing that I saw. Was that his shot animation? He has a serious like delay there. It's not the quickest shot in the world, right? Like you see, he has like a real wind up there. So I'm gonna say he does not have a good, what we would call a good shot release. It doesn't mean that shots can't go in for him, but he doesn't have one of those, you know, Kobe, Odom, uh, you know, Marcus Smart, Donovan Mitchell, great releases. It's a makeable shot release, but it feels a little bit more like a ugly version of Jim Jackson. Which, if I'm being critical of the Jim Jackson card, I would say he's just he just shoots too slow. Now, one thing that can help you when you shoot slow is the hezi, right? So when you do the hezi here and you interrupt the hezi with your shot, you can speed up how quickly you go into your shot, like that. His hezi isn't super great, you know. It's just not the absolute best. So, you know, it's one of those situations where his animations I think are going to hold him back from being like a really good card. He's not. I mean, we'll see. We'll keep getting into it. Um, his momentum is good. His behind the back is good. That's a nice. He hop step dunks. That's great. Let's look at his momentum. Isolated. Cool. All right, that looks pretty good. As we said, the hezi's bad. Let's look at the step back. Good step back. Okay, so that's something. That's something you can use. Really nice step back. Just that shot release, man. It's a weird shot release. Maybe you guys will like to release more. These overviews aren't, I mean, these deep dives aren't to tell you what to do. It's to show you what the card does, you know? And based on me going in and showing you everything, that's crazy that those are late. So he has to, like, shoot on the way up. Does he have... Alright, so he has to shoot on the way up. Yeah. So once you find the green point, it's a butter release. It's just sluggish. And you guys can't see when I'm pressing the button, so you can't see just how sluggish it is. Uh, but it's sluggish. Like it's really it's like a little delay before he goes up. If you can get over that, you can use the card. But he's not going to be scaring, you know, Kobe Bryant out of a job anytime soon. Uh, so let's get a look at his. Well, let's look at his full screen dribble animations before we go too deep into it. So first we'll look at the most important, which is that full screen hezi. Ugh. Oh man, this guy has some weird animations, guys. Nice behind the back off the hezi though. Really fast, wide moving behind the back off the hezi. Let's look at the explosion out of the hezi, same direction. Pretty good, pretty good. He doesn't change stride too much. That's gonna work. Alright, so this card, we're starting to find some good animations with the card. Let's look at behind the back. Ugh. Oh, did you guys see that? They added like 15 frames onto his forward momentum there. Right? And so I'm a fighting game player, so I think in terms of animation frames. And right here, you see that? That's like if I was to just run straight forward and not do anything, or let's see the between the legs. His between the legs is really nice. So between the legs over behind the back with this character. So if you compare the two, wish I had like a stopwatch to really show you guys. We're going really deep because this is a token reward thing, and you know, I mean, he's probably better than most diamond token rewards still, even with the problems I have with him. But the the animations are just not not up to par overall. But you see between the legs, he mostly keeps moving forward. But when he does the behind the back, he stops and slows down for a bit, unfortunately. That right there. He literally stops, and then you can see there's a little slowdown before he's able to regain his speed. So the behind the back is a no-go. Let's check the crossover. Ugh, my God, this guy. It's like they deliberately gave him bad animations. Tough, tough day for J.R. Ryder. That's a weird crossover. Like, again, I come from Park and Rec Center, and these are animations that, like, you say, guys, I gotta get off the court and change my animations if, like, you come up with these animations. It's got solid dunk animations, which is great. Uh, Man, this card is weird, though. Oh my God, that is like the way he reminds me of Jim Jackson, where the hezzy, you just can't trust where he's gonna land. So you do the hezzy, and he goes all the way out to limitless. Now with Jim Jackson, that's a problem because he doesn't have limitless range. But with Ryder, you can at least shoot this shot, so that's a plus. That's a good shot for him. He's got such a weird timing on his release too, because he has it is not when the ball is like up above his head like most characters. It's before the ball is above his head. So even though the release looks and feels slow, the time that you push the button isn't that long. So this card's gonna take some getting used to. I'm still probably gonna pick him up because the rest of the diamond rewards are also not good. But I have to say, like out of every card I've tested, this card has some of the worst animations I've seen. Just overall, like the key animations that we look for are like the hezzy. Um, we look for nice quick first step. You look for the hezzy. You look for the behind the back. He has a good behind the back. He has a good momentum, so that's good. But just like his shot animation, his hezzy, he has a slow shot and a slow hezzy, which is like a bad combination. So his behind the back is solid. You can definitely play that way. If you play that way, you can use this card effectively doing that. But you're not going to be doing hezzy going the same direction with this guy because that's just too slow. It's like literally 25 frames of step back animation. I mean, that's crazy. He goes through a whole cutscene. Like, Solid Snake comes out and gives you a lecture during this cutscene. That's incredible. That's I can't believe he even has that animation. But his behind the back is nice. His moving hezzy behind the back is really really nice. Um, his momentum and his double momentum are very strong. He's a really good dunker. He dunks every single time, which is great. Um, you have to still wait to see how he is as an in-game dunker, but freestyle his dunking looks very strong. Uh, Again, shot release, I would call it a money shot release. It's just a slow, weird shot release. You're not going to have a problem making shots, and because he can shoot from limitless, the speed is not as much of a problem as it is on a card like Jason Kidd, who's not going to be creating as much space. But it is a limitation that I got to make you guys aware of. You might run this card and say that doesn't bother me at all. He's such a good dunker. I just use the momentum and the behind the back a lot. I don't worry about the other stuff, and that might suit you. But for people who have other stuff that they go to, there's a lot of alarming bad animations on this character that you got to be aware of. So let's look at his moving shot. Very nice, very nice, very quick. So that's good. He shoots like a wing in the mid range, which is nice. That's gorgeous. That's a S tier moving shot as far as I'm concerned. I haven't missed a green. That's lovely. So this card is moving up a little bit because he has a style. That's the main thing with this card. You can do right stick dribbles and explode out of them very quickly. He's gonna dunk very often. If he's open, take the shot. You can step back, take the shot. That's gonna be very strong for him. Um, Momentums are gonna be strong for him. Behind the backs are gonna be strong for him. But stay away from the hezzy, basically at all costs. Don't do the running behind the back. That's not gonna be strong for him. This is like as bad as it gets. He like goes to having a 70 ball handle when he does this, and that's a go-to move for a lot of people. That's a very strong move for a lot of people. Like you get right here and you can use it, but for him, I mean, you see he moves off course. It's really rough. So let's look at his layup animations, which are also important. So first, all right, going right. That's solid. Puts the ball out in front of him. I like it. One left. That's not a Euro step, by the way. That's just his right hand layup. So he looks like he almost has like the default swings or something. Yeah, he looks like he has the default swing or long athlete layups, which is good. Those are good layup packages. It's just forward, Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good layup. That's a good fast, don't block me layup package, which I appreciate. That's a block me layup. While we are here, let's look at his floater. Pretty slow. Let's try it from farther away. Ugh, don't shoot floaters with him. Oh my god. Dude, George Murasine can be out here at the 3-point line. You'll start your floater and he'll come flying out here with a cape and an S on his chest to block you. Don't do floaters. He has so many like don't do this animations that I think it's a playable card, and I still think it's a good card. Like even though it sounds like I'm trashing him, he's a good card. But this is a deep dive, and so I gotta warn you guys about all of these red flags. You know what I mean? Like this is stuff you should be concerned about. Don't pick this card and think you're getting like you see the clamps, you see the range extender, you see the intimidator, you see the quick draw, and you think, oh yeah, this guy's meta. He's not. He's not as good as the meta cards. He can if you're very skilled and you play around what's bad about him, you can get the same production. But if I was to take say Kobe Bryant out here, I think I have him on the team. Yeah. You just look at Kobe Bryant's general animations, and right away you go, "Oh, this is a cheese ball." Like, just look at that shot. Like, he immediately goes up. It's like, "Oh, what a cheese ball!" Like, he literally shoots like 15 frames faster than Ryder, and his green window makes sense. You know, look at that cheese ball dunk animation. Look at how much bigger he is. He's only supposed to be an inch taller, but Kobe looks 6'7" compared to Ryder. Like, there's just a lot of things going in Kobe's favor with this kind of stuff. Like Kobe has so many money animations that like look at how high that dunk animation is, even though Ryder's dunk rating is really high. How far he jumps out from. You can just feel that the card, is made to perform better than Ryder's card. So, yeah, he's no Kobe. Few cards are. My apologies for that. I don't know what happened right there. My controller died and the whole stream went wacky. So yeah, so that's the whole thing with him. He's got a really nice leaner. He's got a really nice Ryder has a really nice leaner, great badges, great stats, slow jump shot, a lot of bad animations. His key animations being the step back, the the step back, the crossover, the momentum crossover, the behind the back, the explosion out of the momentum cross. That stuff is all really good, but he has a lot of alarming animations. So pick up the card, but don't expect him to replace anybody in your main lineup like Vince Carter or something like that. That's just not gonna happen. I wouldn't look at him in that way. So yeah, that's that. I would have to say I'm a little disappointed in the Ryder card. On paper, he looks like a monster, but in practice, he definitely is not. I'll be back with the Brook Lopez gameplay.